Hi everyone, my name's MadMatt Lugos and welcome back to Death Stranding. We're here in the heartwarming spa. I decided to check upstairs at Harmon's lab, thinking there might be some secret up here, but there's just this which boosts our stamina, I think. So, last time we made our way across to the Evo Devo biologist, retrieved a bunch of items from a BT infested area, and then we made our way back to Hartman's lab. We sort of talked about
Enjoy it while you can, Sam.
extinction entities and how all the big extinction events in the Earth's history even could be to do with the beach and BTs, and we're sort of making connections back through time about how this isn't just an isolated event, about how this is potentially just the way things are and how we can stop it having the effect of an extinction on the human race as it's done to species in the past. In the meantime, I have let's just stand up first. I have gone round all our new little group of preppers. 5-starred all of them. It didn't take many deliveries, sort of 3 or 4 deliveries for each. The Ever Biologist was probably the trickiest to 5-star. I had to go and do a mission which I thought was just to retrieve stuff from a BT area, but it turned out to be a mule camp. So I kind of wandered over here and picked some stuff up. So if we are going down to this western region, southwestern region down here, I'm going to go from the paleontologist. This mule camp's quite rocky. There's quite a lot of them in there. There were at least 15 guys. They might all still be knocked out, but I've rested a few times in the meantime, so probably not. So I'm gonna go to the paleontologist. I'm gonna go that way, and then make my way sort of across maybe one of these ridges just down here. I don't know if we'll reach the edge of the map. I have reached the edge of the map before when I was in by the musician. I remember hitting a border and it was like an invisible wall. But let's get out. So, thank you. Right. So we'll go and get the mission from Hartman's station, or whatever you call it. And then I don't know how close we are. I think we're pretty close to the end of the game now. I forgot to say, we unlocked a rocket launcher with the Ever Biologist. Which I haven't used, but it doesn't have, the ammo doesn't replenish or anything like that, so. Okay, let's re-listen to the briefing.
Remember, Sam, your objective is to bring a new chiral relay online by the tar belt. And to do that, you'll need to collect the necessary materials at Hartman's lab.
Okay, 150 kg.
Once the relay's up and running, you'll be able to proceed to Edge Knot City. Good luck.
Okay, so this is very heavy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 larges. We could carry that. Yeah, we could carry that for sure. Gonna have to decide what to not take though. Yeah, I think we could carry this. Let's just offload it all. So I could just do with getting rid of one thing. Let's just get rid of the PCC just because it's going to be outside of the chiral network anyway. And then I think we can keep the other 4 things, and then I think it should stack alright. It's going to be heavy though, I might have to use the power legs. Yeah, this is very heavy.
Order assigned.
I don't know, it doesn't feel too bad. It's just as soon as I let go of L2 and R2, we're likely going to tip. Yeah.
Keep on keeping on.
My battery's going down really quick with these thermal pads on, so just get a sneaky charge. If it gets really difficult walking around, I'll put the power skeleton on. But you know, we're going to be walking through snow. Seems alright. I don't want to necessarily take a floating carrier just because I won't be able to use my zip lines. I mean, I could pick one up with the paleontologist, I suppose, because we'll be walking from there. Yeah, we'll zip line over to the paleontologist, then I might stick all of these on a floating carrier. So I imagine we're gonna have to deal with some sort of terrorist action at some point here. I mean, that camp almost seems strategically placed because no deliveries are gonna go through there. Right? And lots of avalanches I think we might run into. Don't know how much climbing's going to be involved. Floating carrier might be an issue. I'm not sure. You can always ditch it. Bunch of spare zip lines that weren't quite in the right place. Okay, weather's got really bad. Yeah, I imagine we're going to deal with a pretty large-scale attack once we get this place up and running, or as soon as we get to this place. Whether it's Higgs or Unger, I'm not sure. The weather seems to be a lot worse now than it was. It might just be the timing of it here. I wonder if Hartman's going to turn up any answers in the meantime. Yeah, I can hear a thunderstorm. It must be Unger, perhaps. It's just really tough to know. It's really tough to know Higgs's motivations. There's just been no hint to any of it. I just wish we would have got some clues. I mean, maybe I've missed something. Yeah, maybe I've missed something, dude. I mean, right, let's I can't remember if I've got a floating carrier stored here. Oh, I do. Alright. What was that noise it made? Does that mean it's too heavy? Yeah, it's weird. Sometimes you go into the menus and the weather just backs off. Yeah, so we're going straight on pretty much. We just want to avoid crossing this ridge too soon, because that's when we'll run into the mule camp, possibly BTs as well. Has that got like a cross marking it? Like a Christian cross. Oh, that's the Vog pit or whatever it's called. I've just got a bowler gun. I mean, honestly, of all the mule camps, going into all the mule camps, I don't know if we can use the bowler gun in Unger's. No, I don't think there'd be much point with the. But Yeah, the bowler gun is literally the MVP of the game for me in terms of dealing with mule camps, just because using all the other guns, you have to shoot them several times, whereas it's just one clean shot, go over, kick them, it's over. It's pretty simple, really. I've tried, you know, attacking the camps with all the other weapons, and you take too much damage, you know, exchanging shots with them, even if you're using cover properly. I still haven't found any of the ghosts, the cars. It's a little frustrating. I hope I've not missed anything. I don't know whether they're meant to be just myths, but they have, each person in the emails has asked us to check it out, really, haven't they? Okay, so it's going to get a bit dicey around here. I think we could still maybe come right around the outskirts and make our way to the river. But yeah, it feels like that Unger and Higgs would be the obvious thing for them to be working together. I just feel like there's just been very little on Higgs. I wish we would have got trickled a bit more information rather than what feels like is going to be a big reveal as to why he's doing what he's doing. It's probably something to do with Die Hardman, maybe. I just don't know why he seeks such reckless vengeance against the world, you know? Okay, we've got a very distinct song here. Got Timefall shouter there. We're outside the network, aren't we? Oh no. I haven't been to the veteran port, or I probably should have done that. He might have activated by now. This might be the point of no return, but you can imagine if I did all that just to miss one prepper. But I've not got Peter Englet yet either, so if we're good, Peter Englet's got like a trigger to send another email. Perhaps we haven't reached it yet, so we might be able to go back one more time, which is what I'd suspect. Let's just get these containers repaired. The weather seems to have abated. I have got the weather charm. Let's just call them charms for now. The one on the back of my backpack. Let's get you repaired.
Next level trust issue.
Okay. I just wonder what Higgs's motivation is to be just killing people when the human race is already nearly extinct. Does he want vengeance against someone at Bridges specifically? Has someone wronged him in the past? Has he been a victim of something that Die Hardman's done or Bridget's done? There's just questions we haven't really got a hint of. I really hope he isn't just evil because he wants to be. I don't think that's really as interesting as someone has, you know, real motivation or understandable reasoning for behaving the way they do. But I suppose maybe in the fashion that we've learnt about all the other characters, we've learnt about each of the other characters in their own chapters. Like up until the part where we were with Hartman, we didn't really learn much about him. Okay, I'm not sure. I think. Oh yeah, we can still go down that way. Yeah. And look at this, guys. Because at least with Unger, you know, we kind of have a level of understanding of what he's like, you know, with this connection to Lou or BB, his connection to Lisa, his wife who ended up being a still mother, his potential connection to Die Hardman, his past as a war veteran, his trauma that he's been through going to war. So, you know, it's like, there's no real reason to hate Unger, you just know that he's just a person who's gone through horrible things. And when you go through horrible things, sometimes you become a horrible person, right? Sometimes, you know. Sam's been through horrible things as well, but, you know, it affects each person differently. You just... Oh god, this isn't going to end well. Okay, God, sometimes you just float down. Everything's yellow. So maybe the Death Stranding is like an extinction event. Maybe the tar just envelops the whole world. You know? Maybe it's like a cleansing to get rid of a dominant species. Like nature bouncing back or something. Fighting back even. That's a nice song, man. It's, you know, I wish they would have used maybe a bit more variety in the ambient music when we've been walking around. The music's been good. It's just it's always low roar that kicks in, isn't it? Alright, that should be it for the mountain traversal. I think we should be able to get across on the flat now. Pick up a few spare cryptobiotes. Whoa, whoa.
Let's get a move on.
It's just strange that we're kind of... I feel kind of so... If I say kind of one more time, I feel like I know very little about what to expect with Higgs. Maybe I've not read something or that would have hinted at the reasoning behind what he's done. I know we had those reports about that porter that seemed like it was Higgs, wasn't it? Who got kind of recruited by someone out west. Definitely seemed like it was Higgs, the mystery diaries or whatever it was that we discovered. I've definitely missed a lot of memory chips, but they seem to be very peripheral, almost collectibles really. So I don't know where the edge of that meal territory was. It is a bit strange that we're moving towards a cross like this. Like we're moving towards our own sacrifice or something. So I'll just take this chance to just have a look in our interview data just to see if there was anything that ascertains towards these kind of things. We've read most of the stuff from the main characters. Yeah, that's the Bridges staff stuff. I mean, geologist, Devo, tar bubbles, oxytocin, my planes. More prepper interviews. That the man's unknown journal. That sounded like it was about Higgs. Okay, let's just read these reports on the void out in Manhattan, because this might just have something to do with the main story. Then we'll plow forward, because I don't think the other stuff will be too relevant to the main story. I think it'll be quite peripheral. Who the hell? Those were the doctor's final words. At the time, no one knew to whom he was referring, and to be fair, there were more pressing issues at hand. The doctor in question was a surgeon specialising in caesarean sections. The procedure he was undertaking at the time, however, was slightly unusual in that he was operating on a mother who had been declared brain dead 7 months into her pregnancy. She'd been placed on life support, but since her blood pressure was decreasing and the fetus was showing signs of bradycardia, the decision was made to operate because the procedure was broadcast to medical researchers on a closed circuit network. We are fortunate to have a record of what took place. Per the footage, the incision was made without incident. The plan was apparently to remove the fetus from the womb and place it immediately in an NICU where it could receive the necessary care. Prior to this, the surgeon would of course have cut the umbilical cord. This is the moment that changed everything. The moment the surgeon's hands touched the cord, in that instant he uttered his infamous last words. Who the hell? Who the hell? What, so then did that cause the void out? Following a number of tests and experiments, the conclusion was reached that this incident was an annihilation event brought about by the doctor's contact with whatever or whomever he had seen upon touching the umbilical cord. Though it eventually became apparent that the doctor had been referring to BTs, at the time no one could explain the underlying cause of the incident. Some later theorized that if the same conditions, brain-dead mother, fetus, umbilical cord, could be recreated, then BTs could be detected and the mystery of the Death Stranding would be solved. Indeed, this was the theoretical basis upon which the government's own experiments and investigations would be conducted. They called the fetuses they used bridge babies, and the experiments became known as the BB experiments. Soon after the government's program got underway, the tragedy of Manhattan occurred. The BB experiments were conducted at a Manhattan-based government facility in such extreme secrecy that little's known about them to this day. One thing that we do know for certain, however, is that the experiments ended in tragic failure and were directly responsible for the total annihilation of the island of Manhattan, as well as the death of the president who'd been observing operations firsthand. He was succeeded by the then Vice President Bridget Strand, who shortly after her inauguration put an end to all further BB experiments and had all data destroyed. With her strong and steadfast leadership in the wake of the void out, she made great strides in quelling the chaos and unrest that had spread throughout the nation. She vowed to rebuild America and devoted herself wholeheartedly to this end. In response, separatists who opposed Reconstruction emerged and steadily grew more aggressive in their activities. One faction even managed to acquire documents relating to the BB experiments, and some speculate that this data was used to restart them in secret. At that time, however, no BB units are known to have been successfully created, and BBs in general remained a taboo subject in government circles. We could just therefore say that Higgs is just a separatist. It's been mentioned constantly before that they're just terrorists, they're separatists, they don't want anything to do with a unified country, laws, and all that kind of thing. But could it really just be that simple? It must be. I feel like if the reasoning behind the way Higgs is acting is any more complicated, then he just doesn't want to be ruled, he doesn't want there to be an overarching government. Then I feel like we would have got hints at more complex things by now. And perhaps if he is working with Unger, which would be the really obvious thing, that maybe Unger's told him about the things that Bridges did to him and his family, and then that further strengthens the separatist resolve and reasoning for not trusting a potential government run by the UCA. Why am I running by all these rocks when I could be running down by the beach? Or the edge of the tar. It's not a beach, we need to be careful saying beach. Alright, let's step on it, Sam. Yeah, maybe it's just me thinking that I need a more complicated background for Higgs. Maybe it's not really something you need to look into a bit more. I do feel like he is a bit caricatured though, if that makes sense. He's a bit, bit of a campy villain. He's just a bit over the top. I don't really need any more chiral crystals, but you can't walk past this without picking them all up. Mine. So satisfying. Alright, we can see the foundations of the station, the broken down part of it.
Sam, you should be nearing the old building site.
Yeah, I have eyes, dude.
Look for the terminal and submit your materials for processing.
Okay. So, if we do run into Higgs here, I'd expect Fragile to show up at some point, because she wants vengeance so badly. Sorry, Lulu. It's alright, we're out, we're out. I'm not sure where the edge of the mule camp would have been, but... So that it's that tar as well, just because the way the colour's changing. Oh, this place is destroyed, man. Okay, this looks like a very cinematic intro for somebody to float down, doesn't it?
Sam, you need to get those materials processed in order to finish the Cairo relay.
Dude, just shut up. I know. This thing's in the shape of a cross. I mean, if he's going for symbology here, this is a bit on the nose, Hideo, but I'll take it. Okay. The edge of the world. Elite Deliverer.
Good job, Sam. Now access the terminal and bring the relay online.
Cairo relay.
And with that, we're all linked up. Once you cross the tar belt, the end will be in sight. We're this close to Emily, to America's second chance. Edgenut City awaits. The staff we're sending will start by building a safe house. Over time, they'll expand their operations and establish a new facility. In doing so, they'll carry on the legacy of the brave souls lost to the tar. All thanks to you, Sam. Now, let's figure out how to get you across this tar belt.
mean,
The only way west is through that. To make matters worse, I don't believe your PCC is capable of building anything that will get you across. There must be a way. We can't give up. Not with what's at stake. We'll see if we can't think of something here. But considering everything you've been through, I wouldn't be surprised if you've already got a few ideas of your own.
few ideas of my own, you say. Find a way across the tar belt. I mean, can we go across on a floating carrier? I can't think of any way we could get across, because so it's too deep to drive something through. I mean, I'm guessing the game's going to decide that for us, but let's just head over there and see. There's a zip line there. I mean, that might be a giant hint, but I imagine once we get over there, Higgs is going to show up or something. It's weird, isn't it? If they are giving us some sort of choice, we haven't really been given any flexibility in terms of dealing with any mission, really. So, other than, you know, just choosing between stealth and action, really. Really? Alright. Who have we got? BT's everywhere, dude. Maybe we need to die or something, I don't know. There's something over on that side. It might just be rubble, I don't know.
Sam, it might be worth looking through your mail in case there's anything we've missed. A piece of local knowledge, perhaps. The folks who live out that way might have noticed something.
Alright, dude. Right. The Chronicles of Aaron, Chapter 2. Where are you at right now, Sam? I just left Martin Knot City behind. Don't worry, I'm not getting in touch to gripe about how hard it is or anything. I'm fine, honestly. No, seriously, I'm a veteran of the first expedition. How else do you think I made it this far west on my own? I can look after myself, especially with the forecast data available on the chiral network these days. Always know when the time falls on the way. Compared to the last time, it's a breeze. Walking these mountains on your own, though, it wears on you. It really does. Hey, anyway, I passed this beautiful heart-shaped lake a little ways back. I'd heard of it, of course. First time ever I ever saw it with my own eyes, two eyes, though. The one by Hartman's place. Someone told me there used to be a city where that lake is, which reminded me of a story I'd heard about this porter who got snagged by a BT. All this tar started bubbling up from the ground, along with rocks and buildings and all sorts of debris. Stuff from the past, people said, and the porter used it to escape the tar and give the BT the slip. What do you reckon, Sam? Sounds a bit crazy when I think about it. Anyway, I swung by Hartman's place to say hi, but nobody answered when I came knocking. Maybe he ain't as friendly as he makes out. Seems my journey through these mountains is going to be even lonelier than I thought. Can't give up now, though. Let's both of us keep on trucking. Okay, so if you get captured by a BT, it'll bring back those buildings, and we can maybe run across them. Okay, summoning objects from the other side through the tar. I've been analysing... Her eyebrows just look so disapproving, don't they? Like, well, come on. I've been analysing the tar samples you collected for me, and I've got to say its properties are wholly unlike those of the more common tar we've observed on this planet in the past. The same can be said for the tar taken from the strata in which the ammonite with the umbilical cord was found. No deposits have been discovered save for those accompanying massive fossil beaches. It's as if the literal stuff of extinctions. Even more strangely, it seems that objects submerged in concentrations of this tar are partially, if not entirely, transported elsewhere, most likely to the beach, I suspect. Therefore, by chucking that nuke into the crater lake, you may have sent it to the other side itself. Assuming it's a two-way street, that also means the matter sent to that world could theoretically run through the tar once more. This would explain some of the more fantastic stories I've heard of buildings swallowed whole by the tar, only to miraculously rise from its depths at a later date, looking exactly as they did when they were lost. Which has intriguing implications, don't you think? If the tar is a gateway to the past it has consumed, and maybe it could be manipulated into regurgitating its old meals. Certainly could. So if this is the point of no return, then let's save our game here, in case I need to head back and 100% this thing. So basically we need to aggro the BTs. So let's get as close to the edge of the tar as possible. I guess we just have to aggro them. Hey guys. Hey guys. Oh god. I don't know which way we're supposed to be going. Oh come on, I just got this backpack cover. I'm supposed to follow the buildings, yeah? And I'm dead. Get up, get up. Dead. Okay, maybe that was what I was supposed to do. No, it wasn't. Okay guys, I just reloaded because I think I failed a few too many times and it had blocked me out, so I just reloaded the fight, or the section. It might have been what was supposed to happen, but it looked like I got locked out of the boss room, essentially. So let's just try that again. Let's try that again. Hello BTs. Capture me again, please. I'm here. Okay, back to the buildings. Across to here.
Huh. Can't say I would have ever thought of that. Well done, Sam.
That sounds awfully sinister.
You out there giving it your all, there's hope for us yet.
God, he sounds so sinister now. Yeah, that sounded really sinister for dialogue. Damn it. Okay. Don't think bad of me for reloading, but save me some time. Quick, quick, quick. I feel like there's a Godzilla right behind me. Come on, Sam. There you go. Okay. God. I hope I'm not going in circles or something here. Sam, climb, dude. Yeah, I think that's where we need to get to. Oh God, platforming. We're moving so slow compared to everything around us. Oh my God, Sam. Oh, nice one. Amelie. is a vision of her doing here? Maybe we're going to wake up on the other side. We've been seeing the future this whole time.
Is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady.
It's like we made it.
Keep your voice down. You don't want to scare the poor girl away, do you? She's in there. I can smell her. Of course, I wouldn't have known for sure if it wasn't for you and your wonderful network. Bless your heart. And thank you kindly.
Sam Bridges. Careful. Contents are fragile. Like the world and everything in it. Me, I'm no exception. I'm not the only one wearing masks either. There's your boss man, and that woman, and oh, let's not forget little you. Okay, it's okay. I know it ain't easy wearing a mask all the time. Now the mask can come off, right? Hey. You remember this? No. Poor, sweet Amelie. She's holed up in the beach nearby. Tell you what say we make it a race? Whoever wins gets to usher in the end of days. Nothing like the eve of extinction. Bring focus to the mind. Makes folks honest. There'll be no need for masks soon. But I wonder, when you look death in her eye, will you blink?
Still with me, Sam? Even now, our way forward, our way to save Emily is the same as always. Your first priority is to get the local distro center on the network. Until it's complete and everybody's connected, Higgs won't find it easy to get to Emily. She should be safe. So take your time and do it right.
Oh man, there's just no other hint of why he's doing it. Or just to destroy the idea of America? Is that the only reason he's doing it? Okay, so let's have a look at this map. So it just looks like two main regions, right? I mean, is it just me with Higgs? I mean, there's just he has no characterization. So is this place abandoned, or is there still a bunch of them holed up here? I can't imagine there would be.
What's the holdup, Sam? Connect your Cupid to the terminal and bring the site online.
God, oh man, Die Hardman just needs a slap in the face, dude. So if he said that he won't find it easy to find Amelie with the network down, I mean, surely we're just helping him. By connecting the network, right? Remote detonation grenade launcher.
Good work, Sam. You've made it as far as Bridges 1 ever did. We never pushed further west. Frankly, it's a miracle we kept that distro center running. Anyway, you're almost at Edge Knot City, your final destination, where Amelie should be waiting. Smile, Sam. Only one more knot to go. One last time to put that Cupid to use. Though you'll need another component to finish the job. Regardless, the nationwide network will serve as your ticket home. Just bear in mind that by bringing Edge Knot online, you'll likely be revealing Amelie's location to Higgs. You'll need to get to her before he does. Head to your private room and get your gear sorted. When you're ready to go, we'll give you what you need. Make sure not to leave the distro center without taking the order.
Your work is greatly appreciated.
I guess we're past the point of no return then. Maybe there'll be an end game state where we can go back and do stuff, I don't know. Maybe everyone will be dead by then, I don't know.
Sam? Are you there?
Amelie.
Can you hear me?
Over here, Amelie.
The network's nearly complete. Just one more knot to go. And then America will be whole again. Did I ever tell you my real name? I wanted to. It's Amerigo. After Amerigo Vespucci, the man who discovered the continent.
I thought it was Columbus.
Except Amerigo was full of it. He lied. America is a lie.
Amelie.
I'm on the beach, Sam. Our beach. The one where I was born. Higgs will never find me here. He can't. So don't worry. Get the last Cupid to Edge Knot City and finish what we started. I'll meet you in your room at the distro center when it's all over. There's something you need to know, Sam. I've kept things from you. Worn a mask for the longest time. Everything Higgs said about me is true. I could end it all. Us. Mankind. Extinction. That's what I am.
The hell does that even mean?
But it's not what I want to be. All I want is for you and me and everyone in this world to be whole. Sam. Promise you'll stop me. Don't let me end it all. I'll be waiting for you on the beach.
Amelie? Amelie!
Okay. So she is an extinction entity. So yeah, we can fragile jump. Let's get ourselves cleaned up first. We're covered in tar.
EX grenade number 0.
Okay. I don't know if we'll be able to customize the backpack. Well, it does have some chiral crystals, but I'll have to import some supplies first. Well, let's leave and just see what that progresses. Are we going to get a new hunger scene? Because we're in a new place.
Security panel's unstable. We'll have to breach. Go. Now check the other way. Go!
No, open it up.
Okay, so that was Amelie and Die Hard's voice, or Bridget maybe.
You still with me, Sam? Check the terminal and pick up that order before you leave. You can't finish the job if you don't.
Alright guys, I think I'm gonna have to leave that one there. We seem like we're in the final stretch. The map here is very small. It's just this region and this region. So don't know if this is the point of no return or not. Might be. We'll find out. So we got confirmation Amelie is an extinction entity. If that was what they were called. I might be making that up. Is it extinction event or is it both? I don't know. She is an extinction entity basically, so she has that connection to the beach, just like that original bridge baby did with the umbilical cord, or something similar to that. I'm going a bit blind. My mind's a bit scrambled. Right. Yeah, Higgs still is annoying me. Like, everyone else in the game is characterized so well, written really well, have good depth, have a good backstory, and Higgs is just the evil guy. And he had like some equation tattooed on his, like, stamped on his forehead instead of his eyebrows. It feels like he's been written by someone else, do you know? Like someone good has written all the other characters and then he's just been written by someone else. I don't know what it is. So I think this is kind of going to be like a situation where we're going to have to kill Amelie to stop her being a threat, or something along those lines. I know she can't necessarily be killed, but we're going to have to do something to stop her being a threat. I think this is what this is building towards. I mean, there's still some mysteries with Sam's relationship with Amelie. The way he kind of pines after her. And we know that she's more of a motherly figure rather than a sisterly figure.
Come on, Sammy boy.
So yeah. And she said that she's kept secrets from him. We know Die Hardman's hiding something. The way Die Hardman's voice sounded when we were crossing there, it's like he was happily sending us to our deaths, is what it sounded like. To our death, even. So we'll pick this up next time, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'm sorry, I think it took me a few attempts to get across the beach, the BT section, but got there in the end. So leave me a like if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and join Clan Drummond. Just remember, everybody, never trust and on crate. Right, I'll see you next time.